Let's break it down. Welcome in CBS Sports senior writer Matt Norlander and CBS Sports basketball analyst Tim Doyle. Tim, that last play from a defensive perspective was pretty bad for a team that's top 10 in defense in Maryland.
Yeah, that was just everybody watch the ball. And you're taught as a defender, see ball, see man. And it was just that they totally butchered it at the end of the game. There's no other way to say it. And, you know, it's easy for us to sit back and break it down. But right here, when the ball is inbound to Vlad Golden, let him dribble it up. Like, watch how two guys go towards him and then, oh, no. Now Tre Donaldson's got momentum. And it was almost like, Matt, I don't know if it was for you, but it was like slow motion watching him. It was like, stop the ball, stop the ball, stop the ball. And instead, he makes a really tough finish. This was an amazing college basketball game. I think these two teams both legit have Final Four capabilities. I love the fact that Maryland fought back even though they looked dead in the water. But, oh, boy, Matt, they mishandled that last play pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a great call by the great Bill Raftery as that was playing out. He specifically identified Donaldson and Maryland's need to get a man on him. That didn't happen. He goes coast to coast. I was with Michigan in the locker room a few weeks ago when it blew a big lead at home against Michigan State. I heard Dusty May challenge his guys in a way that I've never heard Dusty May speak before, and essentially said, we need to get right. We cannot continue to do this. Guess what happened? They continued to lose down the stretch. They just got beat by this Maryland team a few games ago. To win this game after blowing a 15-point lead, who knows what's going to happen on Sunday in the title game against Wisconsin from Michigan's end of it. But I thought that this win and the way that they were able to pull it out at the end was critical for Michigan's psyche going into the NCAA tournament, regardless of if they win tomorrow against Wisconsin or not. They did not give away the game after blowing yet another lead. Michigan's big bugaboo is turnovers and not being able to sustain big-time leads late. That was a huge result for Dusty May's club.
Tre Donaldson scoring the final 5 points for the Wolverines and now make it 12 conference wins by 4 points or less this season. That's the most by any D1 team in the NCAA tournament era going back to 1938. Yes, we track that kind of stuff. And right now, Michigan entering the day as a 5 seed. We're going to be talking about seed scrubbing come Sunday because Michigan, perhaps a seed line bump if they can win it all on Sunday on CBS. And let's get right to the site. Welcoming Bill Raftery, Grant Hill, 2 phenomenal games on CBS men this afternoon. Raf, that final play from a defensive standpoint, that was disappointing from Maryland's standpoint.
Well, it's a tough situation, obviously, because you doubled up on the inbound, maybe the logical receiver, but you leave the quickest guy all alone to inbound. And just the finish, Grant alluded to as well. I mean, the play was wonderful. The reaction by Maryland wasn't quite what they should have or would have wanted, but still in traffic. To finish that was pretty magnificent by Donaldson.
A beautiful play there down the stretch. You called it. You saw it happening, but like both teams were so worthy of winning, and both teams making plays down the stretch in both games. You know, just what a day of basketball. And you know, Michigan they had the lead. They let Maryland get back into it, but they stayed resilient. They showed their character and found a way to win. Donaldson. You know, this is a different team. This is a team now that has incredible momentum going into tomorrow, but also into next week in the tournament.
And the contributors, they need them.
They do.
Roddy Gale's got to do his job. Burnett's got to do his job, and obviously Donaldson. You know, not that you found yourself, because he's a good player, but maybe now he'll assume like taking over the field general, and we always maybe go to Wolf a little bit more, maybe go to him a little more consistently.
15 lead changes
sometimes,
in 12
as a player, you go through a slump and you forget what it's incredible.
It's incredible. And Grant, when you consider that they had a 15-point lead and they're able to hold on, what does that say about Dusty May, his coaching ability, and his kids, the 2 bigs, Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden down the stretch?
Well, Raf and I talked about a little bit off camera, but just the adversity of the last couple of weeks of Michigan, going through some tough times, but then figuring it out. This last week, getting a chance to get back to who they are, I think that has served them well thus far in this Big Ten tournament. They came out, played very well against Purdue, had a great game here today, and really just played with so much energy, so much emotion, and a lot of toughness. And as Raf said, everybody contributed. You know that the big guys are you can pencil them in for double-doubles on a nightly basis, but getting contributions from everyone, that's who they are. That's who they've been most of the season, and that's what they're going to need to do going forward.
You hate to say losing teaches you. You had mentioned this during the game, but that week off, going over things you did wrong, or just not being in the right position, or gambling on passes, I think that whole week helped them, and it certainly proved it today.
12 conference wins by 4 points or fewer this season for Michigan, including a win against Wisconsin back in December. Grant, when you look at these two teams, you see them up close and personal on this day. How do they stack up in the title game?
Well, hopefully the game will be as exciting as the games today. But both teams very well coached. They have bigs who can do a lot of different things on the floor. Of course, Wisconsin has Tanjay, who is just dynamic and can score. So who's going to match up from Michigan with Tanjay to try to slow him down? But you got two teams playing good basketball at the right time of the season. That's what you want, and I think we'll have a great matchup.
Yeah, the threes of Wisconsin and the power game maybe of Michigan.
I love it. Can't wait. Look forward to seeing you men tomorrow on CBS. Michigan outlasting Maryland. They'll have a date with Wisconsin in the Big Ten Championship on CBS. Bill Raftery, Grant Hill joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Men, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So here it is, the Big Ten Conference Championship game set for Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on CBS. Sometimes these games don't have an impact on seeding. This game's going to have impact on seeding because entering the day, Michigan was a 5 seed, Wisconsin on the 3 line, and you're sitting here going, okay, well, this is going to have an impact here come Selection Sunday, and you will see it go down on CBS, also streaming live on Paramount+.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.